Hello, and welcome to Destined to Evolve Wellness. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I would like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon Partners, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of Husky Talk, and he's going to have a Tesla in my driveway any day now. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump. They work with small or large businesses, and they will save you money or give you a big fat return on your taxes. They put together tax plans. So to schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, is slip and fall, construction beam fell on you at a site, your mother-in-law tries to run you over with her car, the Finch firm is for you. Pete has won battles all over the state of Connecticut. He takes on insurance companies. He is not afraid of them, and he will get you every dollar you deserve in compensation. All you have to do is go to thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance, owned and operated by Andre Dixon, UConn legendary running back. He trains boys and girls of all ages, of all sports. He has announced a new athletic development program where he will train you in your sport of choice from the ground up and develop you so you reach your potential and become the best. Andre has sent kids, boys and girls, to college on scholarships of all sports all over the country. Go to dynamichumanperformance.com, sign up, work with Andre. They offer classes all day long, and they have a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford. It's the best place around. We have down south, Julius Williams, who runs the Trench Mob. They train offensive and defensive linemen. There is something in the water in Decatur, Georgia, because I have never seen linemen as talented as the ones that he works with. They are absolutely incredible. They go to camps and tournaments all across the country. And so far, they've had 4 of them, and they're 4-0. He has the best of the best. He has sent kids to Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama, just to name a few. So if you want your kid to be the best, to be trained by the best, he has an incredible coaching staff. Go to battleofthetrenches.com. Now, finally, we have a very special guest on Destined to Evolve Wellness, Dawn Richardson.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi,
thanks for having me.
Holistic esthetician at Haven Beauty. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice job, Steve.
And that is a good job. I'm not very good at pronunciation or enunciation.
Esthetician is a tough one.
I have to work on that. Like Will Ferrell in Anchorman. Unique New York.
Yeah.
Unique New York. That's what he used to say. I got to work on that. And then obviously the lady of the hour, the Olympian and former All-American at UConn, Bethany Hart-Jerry, now running Destined to Evolve Wellness and soon to be running BFT, Body Fit for Training, in Franklin Village. Very exciting things going on. So Dawn, you are a holistic esthetician.
Yes.
And how did you initially get into that? What drew you to be a holistic esthetician.
And look at her skin. Have you noticed how glowing her skin is?
That's why I said it's beautiful. It's absolutely
I think
beautiful.
it's the lighting, but thank
it's
you.
Stunning. No, it's not the lighting. It's absolutely stunning. Whatever skin cream you use, send it to me.
She's got a whole routine. She'll tell us all about it. But yes, tell us your story.
Because I want my mother to get a facelift, so we'll do this instead. We'll get this.
I'm sure your mom will love to hear that. So I've been an esthetician for over 21 years. And it really came about because as a teenager, I had cystic acne, and I can get emotional talking about it, but it was pretty debilitating. I grew up with a lot of self-confidence, a lot of self-worth. My parents were really great about building us up as kids, but the acne was just really hard.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
It is.
So,
and kids are mean.
And
kids are mean.
Yeah, I never really. My friends were always just like, Dawn, don't worry about it. Like, you're beautiful, this and that.
Oh,
but
that's great. But still,
it's hard. It's just really hard. And so I kind of learned about skincare at an early age because of that. But, I was a teenager, so consistency wasn't
top of mind.
CVS was my best friend. Like every other week, I'd be going and grabbing all these different products, and it would just be tearing my face apart. But with
wow.
What?
Wow, it really tore your face apart?
Well, yeah, it's not good to just jump from product to product. I didn't know that, but you see commercials on TV, so I'd go to Stridex, then Clearasil, then Proactive.
Right. I would do the same. I use Stridex.
Yeah, the pads. Yeah.
Okay.
And so long story short, finally was put on Accutane at 15, which is a really, really harsh drug.
Strong, right? It's a strong chemical. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I had to be put on birth control at the age of 15 because of it. I had to get my blood drawn every month. It was pretty intense. And
wow.
Yeah. And because of all that, I kind of became a whiz at makeup. And then I started to love makeup. I'd be doing makeup and hair for all my friends. They'd come to me for all sorts of beauty advice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And went through 4 years of college at Assumption College in Worcester, which is now Assumption.
Are you kidding me? You went to Assumption? I coached at Holy Cross.
Oh, yeah.
I was right there.
Right there in Worcester.
Yes,
Dawn, did the Accutane help? Did it clear it up?
It did, but I think a lot of it stemmed from hormone stuff. It never completely went away, really, until I had my children.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it got less and less, but it was always a nuisance. And so went through 4 years of college, got my bachelor's degree, thought I wanted to be a teacher, didn't want to do that, got a job in an office, absolutely hated it. Working in an office is not my thing. Worked at daycare for 2 years, liked that, but again, not really my thing. Yeah. And then my grandfather passed away and he left me some money. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this to good use. And I went to aesthetic school.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Good story.
So I did that and really haven't looked back since. So that's my story in a nutshell.
So what drew you to go to the esthetician school? Was it specifically the money, or was it your passion? Was it just something you really, because you were good at hair and makeup, you thought I could make a career out of this?
Yeah, I originally went because I wanted to be a makeup artist. That makeup was my absolute first love. And, when you go to aesthetic school, you don't just learn makeup, you learn skincare and waxing and all that stuff. So, so I learned a ton.
Wow.
And just kind of hit the ground running after that. We lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for a while, and I worked at a salon where I did a lot of fashion shows, makeup fashion shows. I did makeup for the Panthers cheerleaders from time to time.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was really fun. But then we started having children, and one of those things, I was still doing aesthetics too, but the makeup was like after hours. It was one of those things where I kind of had to decide, like, do I want to hustle this much with a makeup career, because it's a lot of late nights and,
Yeah.
you
A
know,
lot of hours.
yeah, a lot
Well,
of
odd hours, probably.
odd hours. Yeah. And so I kind of took a little step back from just trying to like create a makeup artistry business, and still stuck to the aesthetic stuff, and just kind of grew from there.
Yeah.
Did you meet any of the Panthers players?
I did not, unfortunately.
Did you have? Are you a football fan or no?
I am. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
New England Patriots fans.
You're okay. You're Pats fan.
In New York.
So how long was the esthetician schooling itself?
I went full time. God, so long ago. I want to say it was full time for 6 months, Monday through Friday,
Oh, wow.
9 to 5. Around that.
And talk about the schooling a little bit. What do they do with you there?
So we had to go into classes where we learned about anatomy. We had to learn about all the different muscles in the body, and then just kind of learning about what the study of skin means, and all different types of acne and rosacea and all different kinds of skin concerns. And then we would go and actually work on each other and perform, facial treatments, waxing, that kind of thing. So it was very hands-on. It was a company called Elizabeth Grady just recently shut down.
Oh, did it shut down?
Yeah, it did.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But it was great. It was a great experience. I left feeling really confident in my future career. Just, I don't know if you two have ever experienced this, but when you know something's right, it doesn't feel hard. It just
absolutely
is like
It's your passion.
Yeah. That's great. So in esthetician school, because I know now you have a very holistic approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're very conscious of the ingredients and the different products and the interaction with the body, and then, not just the outside, but the inside too. Was that something you were taught in school, or something that kind of evolved over time?
That's a good question. So we definitely learned about ingredients in school. And we were, they had their own line and stuff. So we primarily learned about their line because they had salons all over the state.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we learned what ingredients are clean and what aren't, because 21 years ago, that really,
I don't even think it was a thing.
Wasn't on people's radar.
Right.
It would be more like this ingredient helps with this skin condition, not so much like if it's quote unquote good
toxic,
or bad or healthy.
Right. Toxic or non-toxic.
So yeah.
So when did you start to realize that was important to you?
That I started to realize, another emotional story, but okay. I can write all day long, but I cannot speak.
Yes, you can. You speak perfectly.
Thank you. So I had a lot of trouble getting pregnant, and it was my first kid in 2009. So I feel like that was almost kind of when you started to learn a little bit more about toxic ingredients. And
yeah, you really got to watch what you're doing, right?
Yeah. And I remember, this sounds silly, but I remember thinking, I'm about to have a baby. And I just want to kiss his little face all the time. What can I have on my lips that is not going to harm his skin?
That is safe, right?
Yeah. And so that was kind of really my first thought. That spiraled into learning more. I'm like a big knowledge absorber. I just love to know a lot about a lot of things. And so I just kind of started diving into that world of toxic ingredients.
Yeah, because it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Now.
What I want to wash his body with,
The laundry detergent, like all the things.
All the things, what you put in your dishwasher, like candles, everything. I mean, it could get a little neurotic, but sort of. I would say lip balm was like the catalyst to learning about.
It was the gateway.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that's great because it's important to think about those things.
Mm-hmm.
You also do wellness techniques during skincare. You do brow and lash treatments. Brow treatments are pretty tricky, I would assume, right?
Yeah, they're my favorite thing to do, though.
Why are they your favorite? Huh? Why?
I love eyebrows. I love watching people's eyebrows.
Yeah.
Really? Are you being serious?
Yeah, yeah, I do. The people that have the caterpillar eyebrows, I don't like.
Mine need a little help, Dawn.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Yeah, I keep telling you, a tint and a shape, I think, would be.
No, I know. I got to make time for myself.
That we can you do lashes too.
You need to make time for yourself.
No, okay, we'll do it.
You do lashes too.
Podcast about making time for yourself.
This is her time for herself. This is her time for herself. And you do lashes too. Lashes are.
I do, yeah. So to get back to
both.
Yeah, I love both. So eyebrows are everything on a face.
I agree.
You don't have makeup on. No one needs makeup. Makeup is fun. No one needs it. Everyone's beautiful in their own right, but it's fun. But a nice shaped eyebrow, it matters. It
puts your face together.
Yeah, listen, I can have teens in my room. I can have a 75-year-old woman in my room. And I can guarantee you, once their brows look really manicured and great and maybe a little shaded in or colored in, no matter what age they look in that mirror and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
It looks so much more awake, or those look so clean, or that looks so nice. And so I just think brows are I've always loved eyebrows. I started getting mine waxed when I was 13, and it was the best thing my mom ever did because I learned how to take care of them.
Oh, you wax them?
I do.
You don't pluck them? Okay.
I do both.
So, you do both. Okay.
Yeah, there are contraindications to clients coming in, but if they haven't been using tretinoin or retinol or have had a peel, within 3 to 5 days of coming in, I can wax and tweeze. That's my technique. I usually wax the majority of the brow, and then I go in with my tweezers and really define and shape. I couldn't live without my tweezers. So I think things like that are best done by a professional. And then once you learn, if you have a fuller brow and you can clean them up a little bit, I just tell people not to go right near their eyebrow.
You can make mistakes.
You can which that's fine. We learn from our mistakes. Listen, I've tweezed my eyebrows a couple times in college, but so I do brows, I do lashes, I do facials, dermaplaning.
What's dermaplaning?
So dermaplaning is one of my other favorite things to do.
All right.
Yeah. It's really an exfoliation process. So it's a medical grade scalpel that's designed for the face. So like a surgeon would use a scalpel that has a point on the end to make incisions. A dermaplane blade is rounded on the end. And we gently scrape away dead skin cells.
Wow.
So it's first an exfoliation process, but secondly, it gets rid of the vellus hair on our face. Because that just
like little furry stuff.
Yeah. So your face feels really smooth. Products absorb deeper and better. Makeup goes on like a dream afterwards. Men can get dermaplaning too.
I can't wait.
Steve, have you ever? I assume you've never had your eyebrows waxed.
No, I try to clean them up though. I try to I'll manscape every now and then.
I like that.
I try. Yeah, I mean I'm a good 5 out of 10 at my best. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a 5. So I got to do the eyebrows. I'm Lebanese and Italian, so that's a bad combination. My father's eyebrows, he's got the caterpillars. I can't do it. Yeah, that bothers me so much. Just Manscaped. You can get the
trim them up a little bit. Get a wax.
Yeah. I'm afraid of waxing. I've tried waxing before. In college, my friends, I think I told Bethany this. My friends nared my back.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was not pleasant.
Mm.
It burned and it hurt. Yes, very much so. Yeah.
So.
And then we did wax it too. That hurt like hell. Hurt like hell, the waxing. Yeah.
Dawn, do you see a lot of men?
It was worth it.
What was that?
Do you see a lot of men?
I actually don't. Yeah, I don't know why, but I don't.
Well, I mean, it definitely feels like more of a female thing.
So, how long have you had Haven Beauty?
So I've been there. I'm so bad with time these days, guys. 2.5 years, maybe.
Okay, so it's a company you work for.
It's a company I work for. It's in Hopkington, Massachusetts, and it truly is. We'll
put them over. We'll give them a little plug.
Yeah, they have everything. They have massage, they have a hair salon, they have a ton of products.
Yeah, hair, skin, massage.
So do people come and get waxing? Like, do they do it everywhere? So
at Haven, we only do like from the underarms up. We don't do full body waxing.
Okay. People will wax their underarms?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. That I'm not doing.
That feels like it would hurt a lot.
I'm not going that far.
It hurts like the first couple times, but it's really nice to not have to shave all the time.
It's valid.
Oh, how long does it typically last?
So hair grows in a 4 to 6 week cycle depending on you. So any waxing is best done 4 to 6 weeks.
So it'll last that long, 4 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many clients do you typically have? You must have a core group of clients who love you, who see you weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I work 2 days a week, and I'm usually pretty booked both of those days. We are still seeing new clients pop in, which is nice, and they usually do return. So that's always great. But
and how many people work at the company itself?
We have
trying to think of you guys posted a picture.
I know. I want to say 5 hairstylists, 1 front desk coordinator, 3 estheticians, and a massage therapist.
And you all kind of stay in your lanes. Like you would never do hair.
Oh, you would never want me to do your hair. No.
Well, I don't have much of it, so you can do nothing.
No way.
Well, and I'm imagining that a hair stylist with a dermaplane.
Right, exactly.
Could be scary.
So when you do your facials, what products do you recommend? What products do you use? And are there products you can purchase to take home if you want?
Yes, there's definitely retail products at the salon. Listen, everyone's different. When a client comes in, there's no one size fits all. All of our facials are curated specifically for the client's needs in that day. And I say that because Bethany could come in April, and then she could come in June, and her skin might need something totally different. So we use a product line called Bethany. It's farm to jar or farm to bottle from Sarasota, California. Oh, no.
Sarasota, Florida?
No. Sausalito.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think that's it.
Yes.
But she has her own organic farm. All of our masks are all powders, and we curate them specifically for what each client needs. So that's amazing. A hard question to answer because everything's dependent.
Well, I mean, you have a variety of products that you use, basically.
Well, let's talk about what about
depends on the person.
Routine, because some people are not good with their routine. Not to name any names.
Yeah, I'm not good with my routine.
It's
But-
okay. It's okay.
But it was never like a thing, right?
Right.
Like my family, we never really talked about skincare routines. I think I have one sister who's probably the most diligent about it, but she was also someone who was like very into makeup and that kind of.
You're all girls. You guys weren't into, makeup and
Not all
hair
girls
and
were into makeup. No,
they're not. No.
not all girls. No.
No.
You go to sleepovers and paint your nails and do all that fun stuff. No.
You're stereotyping, Steve. Your gender. There's the word.
I'm being a misogynist. I'm sorry.
Your gender stereotyping. Yeah, no. I mean, I think I was probably introduced to makeup, but for some reason it didn't ever seem like a big thing for me, and I very rarely ever put makeup on.
Right. Right. Well, that's the key. You want to look like you're not wearing makeup.
Yeah, I will. I sit and coach mostly from a computer at this point. If I'm going out to an event or something, I'll certainly do a little something. But I think there's different things probably, right, Dawn, in terms of taking care of your skin versus using makeup for, wanting to improve different things or like dress your face up. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's probably a basic foundational skincare routine that most people should be doing. And what does that look like?
For sure. So real quick in regards to skincare and makeup, no makeup is going to look good if you don't have a great skincare routine and your skin doesn't look good.
It's like a foundation. You got to have a good foundation.
So, for people who are listening, if someone's constantly like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks so nice. Wouldn't it be so nice if someone was like, your skin looks beautiful?
Yeah,
it does. Your skin does look beautiful, but Dawn.
And I don't have makeup on.
I know.
Totally would have thought you had makeup on.
No, but there is a slight filter. I'm not going to lie. I did like the subtle filter.
Oh, I didn't use a filter. I looked pasty white. I even tried to. I have a ring light. I tried to use the warm setting, but it's not warming me up.
Yeah,
at all.
you can do it. You can do it on the settings. You can touch up.
Oh, that's a little like. Oh.
Yes.
Like I just touch up my appearance on here. So that's how it works.
So first things first, filters are great, but girls just stop, right? Like let's just
be natural.
Just be you. Okay, yeah. I could go on a tangent about that. So,
but these are things we can talk about too.
That's very true.
I want to get back to your question because this is also very important.
This is important.
Okay.
So a skincare routine does not have to be daunting, right? I feel like everything we see on social media or online is trying to sell you 10 different things for 10 different reasons. A basic cleanser, toner, moisturizer, boom, you're done. 3 things. The only other one thing I would add is an SPF. But if you find a great moisturizer with SPF in it, you're done.
You're done.
So, you want to pick the right formula of cleanser. So you could do a gel, oil, cream, foamy. I don't recommend foamy to anyone unless you have super, super, super oily skin. I love an oil cleanser. I think they're great for everybody. Then you would spray a toner mist over your skin, nothing with alcohol in it. You'd follow up with a moisturizer suitable for your skin type and an SPF. And that's it. Morning and night.
That was my next question. 2 times a day.
Not
that's what I was going to say. Morning and night or
at night.
Yeah.
But so here's the other thing. You don't have to wash your face in the morning. Some people might be listening to this and be like, Dawn. But it depends what you're doing, right? I get up and go to the gym usually. I'm not going to wash my face. I'll wash my face after.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You just, because you're going to work out anyway. There's no point to put anything on.
Right. I will slap SPF on if I know I'm working out outside or whatever. But when I'm getting ready for my day is when I will wash my face. So I don't think it needs to be anything crazy. Cleanse, tone, moisturize. And if there is a specific skincare concern, then that's where you might add in something different, like a serum or, something to help with acne or something like that.
And can we talk about kids? I've been hearing these trends on TikTok and Instagram with the youth going out and, feeling like they have to purchase all these skincare products and do all these things. At what age
Yeah.
is it appropriate to like start a skincare routine? Because I imagine like, had I known younger to take care of my skin better, I probably would have had more of a routine at that time. But it really was never seemingly important until I got older. So like I have an 8-year-old and she and her friend the other day were video chatting for the first time, like through Kids Messenger. And I come in and she's in the bathroom using my cleanser and all the stuff. And they're like doing their skincare, which I think that probably is an okay thing. I guess at what point, like, is it appropriate to encourage them to take care of their skin without making it seem like we're trying to have perfect skin or look, you know what I mean? Like you touched on earlier with these girls who like want to have filters because we think we have to have perfect skin and all of this stuff, to look at it more from like a healthy relationship with your skin versus needing makeup or something to cover or make you look better mentality. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. There's a few things in
That
there.
was, I went into a second subject.
No, that's okay. So first of all, I do want to give props to the teenagers these days because I think that they are really normalizing like mental health and also skin concerns like acne. I've seen so many people. I have a 10th grader, and when I see some of his,
Well, hold on a second. You have a 10th grader?
yeah.
My God, you look so, I mean, you look so young. I cannot believe you have a 10th grader.
I don't know what it is. I'm just going to do this every day.
Jesus.
No, I'm not much far off from Bethany. So, so I see girls out in public wearing like those pimple patch things. They like just like decorate their face with them, and
really,
they have no qualms about it. And like it makes my heart so happy to see kids. I'm not saying there aren't any that feel self-conscious about their acne or their pimples or blemishes, but to be able to go out into the world and be like, this is me, this is my skin. My skin isn't who I am.
Right.
I am who I am. My skin doesn't, but our skin does tell a story. So, you know, when I was in aesthetics school, my teacher just kept being like, Dawn, are you really sensitive? And I'm like, kind of. And like, she like knew all these things about me just from looking at my skin. So our skin does tell us a story. So when like a teen comes in, or even like I had an adult yesterday who said, I'm starting to break out a little bit. And I said, do you have seasonal allergies? She said, yeah. And, you know, we kind of talked about that. And because she was like breaking out, but it was like irritation, not really breakout. Just like a lot of like what's happening on the inside can be showing up on the outside. So I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I wanted to give props to the teenagers because
this is your platform, Dawn. Yeah. Say whatever you want.
I think that they're like, I think there's benefit to social media and there's not benefit to social media. And I think
it can be so toxic. Yeah.
I think normalizing that hormone changes, you know, oily skin, dehydrating and oily skin, all this stuff is going to give you acne. And it just is what it is, right? It's like, that's just the time in life that you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And on that same point, I don't think 8-year-olds, I don't think it's too early to start them on something, but it has to be super simple.
Yeah.
Cleanse and moisturize. Like that's
I'm simple.
Yeah. You know, that's
extravagant happening over here.
Yeah. I think hygiene is important and skincare is hygiene. So we tell them to brush their teeth.
Hygiene's everything.
Yeah. We tell them to brush their teeth, shampoo, wash their body, you know, clip your toenails,
any different
fingernails. So skincare is part of that. And it can be a very relaxing night routine, you know.
It's therapeutic in a way, right? Cathartic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So did that answer all of the questions?
It did.
Yeah. Does your 10th grader, because you're an esthetician, I mean, is she into it?
So he's a boy.
Okay.
And no, he's not into it. But my 7th grader is a girl, and she loves it. And she's
into it. Yes.
she's into it, and she's very receptive as to what I have to say. And as of now, she asks me questions, and we talk about ingredients and products and what's good for her skin, what's not good for her skin, and we'll see what happens. But right now, she's receptive to it all.
I have a question, which we started to touch on a little bit when you were talking about the acne and like inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually had a dietitian on a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about the gut health,
Mm-hmm.
and we know sometimes things that are going on internally in our body with those systems. To your point, hormones. It could be gut health. Immune system can also be contributing factors to acne. And is there ever a point when you have someone who, like, you're doing skincare routines with, that do you ever find like you have to refer people out with severe cases of acne that maybe could be something coming from like a gut health issue?
Yes. So I don't think I would look at someone and be like, that's a gut health issue, but I do know signs of like polycystic ovary syndrome. I know what rosacea looks like. I know the difference between sort of like an irritated skin and breakouts. Like I mentioned that client from yesterday that came in, the seasonal allergies kind of, but there are definitely times when I ask a lot of questions, if I see something going on in their skin.
Right.
How's your diet? Are you drinking water? Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink coffee? Are you using products on your skin? What products are you using on your skin? Of course, it's part of my job to sell my retail products, but like I want people to use what they like to use.
Yeah.
But I also like to know what they're using.
Yep.
So if a teenager comes in and the mom shows me everything on her shelf, if she's like under the mask or something, I'll Google what those are and like look at the ingredients so then I can be like, this is probably harming you more than it is helping you.
Yeah.
So maybe lay off of that for a month. And, so I kind of just work with each individual. And there are times when I will mention the stuff for these poke needles, acupuncture.
Yep.
So, what about like acupuncture and like Botox? Do you believe in Botox?
I say everyone do what they feel comfortable with. There are risks to everything.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
My sister-in-law gets Botox, and I just make fun of her for it. Because she's in her 30s and she's getting Botox in her forehead.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like, come on, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think it's too young.
It's preventative. I don't know.
I know.
I tried it a couple
And
times.
they have these Botox parties she has. I'm like, really? We need to have a Botox party?
What did you think? So you tried it?
I tried it a couple times. I don't know. Like
I can't see you needing it though.
I don't send you a picture. Maybe I should take this filter off.
There is some level of, from what I've heard, I've not done it myself, but I know some folks who do.
Yeah, I would never say you need Botox.
But there are some practitioners who suggest doing it preventatively.
Yes.
So that you don't end up with wrinkles.
Correct.
But Dawn, I did also want to touch on, I think it's so great that you do address those questions, right? Because it's like with our gut health conversation, we talked about the gut-brain connection, because I don't know that often people really understand that what's going on inside their body can impact how they are physically, mentally, emotionally, and that they are connected. And I would bet that a lot of people would never really understand that things going on inside their body can be impacting their skin. I think we probably always think of it as a surface only, where we just need product. We need, just different treatments to treat it, where it might be a combination of both looking at hydration, nutrition, stress, gut health, alongside some of the addressing it with different products in combination to really address the root cause of potential acne and things like that.
Yeah, you're right. And there probably is a spot. I'd have to look it up, and I probably knew this information, but it's just out of my head now. There probably is an area of the face that relates to the gut. Like I'm 100% sure there is.
Acupuncture point or acupressure point for
I'm
sure.
gonna look it up because if you're seeing a lot of like acne in a certain area, it probably guides you to where in the body. It's kind of fascinating. Like
isn't there like hormonal?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hormonal.
This whole area is hormonal. Yeah. Yeah. And then it could go down to your neck and chest.
Oh my God. Wow. I also, you have beautiful nails. Do you advise people to do their nails too? Is that important?
I actually don't really like getting my nails done.
Oh, you don't?
It's a great color.
Thanks, isn't it? I was like feeling springy.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I don't care. People can do their nails or not. I don't.
It's not
I can
anything.
still sit at my table. They're fine.
Yeah. You have pretty nails.
You're still welcome.
But can people, like you said, you have your own products. Do you personally sell products like on a website or at the place you work?
No. So Haven has their own website where you can get products.
Yes.
I can give that to you guys.
But I'm saying you mentioned that you have your products as well.
That's what she uses.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
So you recommend the Haven products, certain Haven products.
Yeah, I mean, I still try other things just to compare and contrast. And I definitely have things that I like from Bethany. I have things that I like from other places. I'm constantly I want to stay in the know. And I think the best way
you want to stay on top of things.
Yeah, and she helped me. I messaged her and I was like, I need to start a skincare routine. And I need something super simple and really budget friendly. And she gave me some good suggestions just I can get at Target.
Yeah.
So Dawn, Bethany, how did you get to know Dawn?
I'm trying to, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, why can't I remember how we met?
I think me, you, and someone else had a meeting. The Scout and Cellar person.
Oh, yes.
I didn't want to say her name,
I actually can't even remember.
I'll text you. But I think that might have been it because we were going to do like some event or something.
What is she in the witness protection program or something?
No, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, so it was probably
I think that was it.
I'm aligned with a CBD brand called Green Compass.
Okay.
And I would, be out in the community doing different events and that kind of thing. And so Dawn, you were aligned with the brand for your skincare and non-toxic products. And Scout and Cellar is also a brand that, people go out and introduce other people to. So I think we were coordinating an event.
I think that's what it was.
I think that's what it was too. And then we just realized that we aligned really well with our holistic mindset and became fast friends and have kept in touch over the years. She's in Hopkington. She knows a lot of people in the same circles as my twin sister who lives there, and our paths cross a lot in those ways.
Do you go to her at all?
I don't.
She's gonna.
Anybody. I need to. It's been on my list and I've actually almost scheduled because she's great on her Instagram. She'll put opening today for brow. And then I'm like, I should just do it. And I am terrible.
Is it a far drive for you?
Oh no, it's probably 15 minutes.
Bethany.
I admittedly I've had plantar fasciitis for 6 months that I have yet to do something about. I've been trying to self-treat, which is usually what I do.
Well, that's very difficult.
Right. And I need to, it's on my lengthy list.
You're always on your feet. I mean, that's tough.
I actually sit more than you think now that I coach virtually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Dawn? Would you consider going to Bethany's Body Fit training when it opens?
Oh, I can't wait. I keep telling her. I want to
I saw your comment today on our post. And we didn't even talk about you do yoga. You coach yoga.
I teach yoga, yes.
Teach.
Yes.
Once a week? Twice a week?
I teach once a week. Monday nights. Yep.
Is that at Dripping Oak still? Where do you do that?
It's at a place called Athletic Strength Training.
Okay.
And I sub at USMMA in Bellingham. AST is behind Hopio. It's like next to
Oh, is
Chef.
that new?
Sort of, yeah.
So you must love being a mother. Do you love being a mother?
I love it. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine with a 10th grader and a 7th grader. I mean,
and I have a
those are
3rd
tough
grader
ages.
also.
And she's a 3rd
Oh.
grader.
Wow. God bless you.
Spans a lot of areas.
Yeah, that's a
Keep us
lot.
busy. Yeah.
That's a lot. But you love being a mom, and you have time to spend with your kids too, because you work twice a week. That's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bethany. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say we talked to each other recently about you haven't read the Let Them Theory yet, have you? Mel
I
Robbins?
listened to a podcast, which makes me feel like I read it. Because I mean, how much more can you know?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's a great perspective. Steve, are you familiar with the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins?
I'm not familiar with anything. I'm dumb.
You're not dumb. You're
Yeah,
just,
I am.
I don't know anything about football. It doesn't make me dumb. I
don't know anything about football either.
Stop
I
it.
No, tell me, please.
Well, so Dawn, do you listen to Mel Robbins much?
So not really. She kind of bugs me.
Is it like her voice or her methodology or her thoughts?
Like the way she speaks. Like I feel like
Really?
she's just like talking at me, not allowing me to have my own thoughts.
So I can see that. There are some moments in the book where
You're great.
I'm not talking at you, am I?
No.
No. Well, it's like in the book, there are some moments where she'll be like, and that's just dumb. And then it makes you feel like you're dumb for thinking that or doing that. So that I can totally relate to. But this idea of the Let Them Theory of like not letting people get under your skin or bother you and taking, caring what other people think, because I'm definitely a person I was born and raised, maybe not raised. I don't think my parents intentionally meant for me to be that way.
No, but everyone's like that, you
Yeah.
care what other people think.
But it's a powerful thought process to like let them do their own thing. Don't give them your power and your energy, and then let me take control back and ways to do that. So there's some great conversations in the book about, like, she gives some really good examples that you can totally relate to. Implementing and putting it into practice is where it can be a struggle.
Yeah.
But the idea behind it, I think, is sound. But to your point, I totally understand what you mean with some of the ways she comes, like she speaks at you. I get that.
No, I think the theory is great. Yeah. I mean, maybe I need to read a little more of the book, but I kind of listened to the podcast and was like, okay, I get it. Like I get what the theory is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell me about your podcast. How long had you been doing it for, and what was it about?
So it is called Real and Radiant with Dawn.
I like that.
Thank you. And it's really about how to live a life with like grace and compassion for yourselves and for others.
So it's like health and wellness.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say so. I don't know. How would you describe
like
it?
a healthy mentality, like a balance of just being real, right? Like,
yeah, and like I have so many questions about so many things, but I don't have the time to research them like I used to. So I was like, why don't I start a podcast and ask the other people about these things I'm interested in, because other people will want to hear it. So that's pretty much
being a resource.
And how long did you do it for?
like a year, maybe.
You did it for a year? Okay. Did you put it up on social media, Spotify?
It's on Spotify, and I have an Instagram page. Yeah.
Okay. And did it pick up a following? Did you get
not
viewership?
really.
Not really.
You enjoy doing it?
Let me see. I love interviewing people. I thought that was so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, so you love being on the other side. You love
Yeah,
doing
I like being on the other side.
I know you were nervous to come on today, and I was like, but you do a podcast.
I have 127 followers.
That's awesome.
That's very good. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if StreamYard were to work, that would be something because you have time to do it, right? You do like an hour or a half hour?
I could make time.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, typically how long are your episodes?
Like half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Speaking
This
of
is
time. I hate to have to cut us short, but I have to.
Yeah, we'll cut it short. This is this is an
50
easy
minutes.
platform. Yeah, this is an easy
We could
platform.
talk forever.
I know.
If you want if you need any information on this platform, I'll show you how to use it, create graphics, and you can do it from your phone.
Yeah, let me know, Dawn. I can connect you guys if you have questions. If you want to.
Yes, I'd be happy to help you out. Okay. You're amazing, and I'm going to go on your website. I'll put it in the show notes. Bethany, if you want to do the show notes, your show notes from last week were great.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on, Dawn. Thank you for taking the time and for.
Yes. Thank you. I'll send you Haven's website, and I'll send you my Instagram.
Please do.
Instagram
Please
handle.
do. I'll send you mine as too. Our podcast will be up on Instagram. Okay. Just on Spotify, make sure you download it. Download it because that's how I'll get money and I'll be able to pay people. So I just have to mention we have a sponsor in North Carolina, Ned Von Young Fresh. He owns Fresh Fold Laundromat in Carborough, North Carolina. It's a high-end laundry service. You drop off your clothes, you pick them up. You can schedule online when you want to do it. They have a online subscription model where you can subscribe to do your laundry weekly or bi-weekly. They wash, dry, and fold your clothes at lightning speed. Like I said, you drop them off, you pick them up, they're all done for you and ready to go. He has specials for college students at Duke University, North Carolina Central, and University of North Carolina because they're in Chapel Hill. So go to their website. It's freshfold-laundry.com. The last thing I have to mention, Razul Wallace, former teammate of mine, is having a fundraising dinner this Saturday, the Swift Factory in Hartford, Connecticut. It's for the House of Changes. The House of Changes is a halfway house for former drug addicts and people who've been incarcerated and people who are homeless. They help them get jobs. He provides social workers, case management, and mental health counselors, all these resources for them. We have to raise money. We have to support the House of Changes. Please come. It's from 6 to 9:30 at the Swift Factory in Hartford. Chef Cisco is cooking. He's legendary. I am the keynote speaker. That's the only reason to go, because I'm going to be entertaining. And it's going to be a really fun event. The tickets are on Eventbrite, and they will be in the notes for this website. So for Dawn Richardson, holistic esthetician at Haven Beauty, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing your products. And of course, the legendary Bethany Hart Gary, Olympian, All-American, health and fitness coach. And she owns Destined 2Evove Wellness, and soon to be Body Fit Training is going to be opening in Franklin Village. I am Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Dawn, remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and throw them back at